Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another TGIF. My name is Alex Borak with Inbox 25, Marketing Automation Made Easy. Today's webinar is being recorded live and will be up for further viewing on our knowledge base as well as our YouTube channel shortly after the conclusion of the webinar. If you have any questions at any point during the webinar, just simply pop it into the questions bubble. And after the conclusion of the webinar, I will get to as many as I can. If for some reason I can't get to all the questions, or if there's something that warrants a follow-up email, I will send a follow-up email to all attendees after the webinar. With that being said, I'd like to jump right into today's webinar, Create Engaging Surveys with our Landing Page Editor. So, first of all, what are landing pages? A landing page is a form where a lead will provide their information to you in order to complete a call to action. This call to action could range from a simple thank you message, or redirecting to another URL, or initiating a file download. There are several types of forms that request leads to provide information, with the most common being contact forms, support forms, request a quote forms, and, lo and behold, surveys. So, we've had a few clients come to us saying that they use services such as SurveyMonkey, SurveyPal, SurveyGizmo, and Quick Surveys, just to name a few, to create their surveys and then send them out to clients. But there are a few issues when utilizing these services instead of using the Inbox 25 form builder. First of all, your information now spans multiple applications, so it's harder for you to get a full picture. You can integrate services like SurveyMonkey with Sugar CRM, but you'd have to pay for a service to integrate them together, as well as paying for their services as well. With Inbox 25, you're already paying for the landing pages and forms features, and you're able to map form submissions to fields within Sugar CRM already. You can also create workflows to further engage with leads who convert on your landing pages. For example, sending out a thank you email, or assigning a lead to an agent and then alerting that agent, or even setting up a task for an agent to log a call with that lead. So why not do this with surveys too, by replicating your surveys with our form builder? When creating a survey, the purpose is to get more information from your leads about a specific topic, where you're trying to get very specific information, whether it be on a product, future products and releases, updates to a product, or just general feedback. Your team then reviews form submissions and then makes adjustments to the products or services accordingly. But there's more you can do with just a simple survey form submission. With the landing page builder, not only will you be able to view the reporting functionality for the survey, but you'll be able to create detailed workflows to interact with successful form submissions from your survey. In the alternative, you can also create workflows for known visitors who abandoned or did not convert on your landing page, giving leads the option of viewing a customized confirmation message, redirecting them to another page, or having them download a document as a call to action upon form submission gives you this flexibility of selecting the call to action. So now let's go over the types of questions you can ask in a survey, and the form fields you would utilize in Inbox 25 to replicate this. So you have your general info questions. You have your basic questions like name, email, company name, birth date, etc., etc. These questions are generally replicated with the name, email, or single text form fields within the landing page builder. Next, you have your multiple choice or multiple select questions. These are your, rate your experience questions. Select which one, or check all that apply questions. These can be replicated with our drop-down, radio button, or checkbox form fields. Finally, you have your paragraph questions. These are your please explain, or tell us how we did, or leave another message as an option. These can be replicated using the paragraph form field. So let's go over some common form fields you would be utilizing inside the landing page editor. Email address field, name field, single text field for questions with single responses, i.e. company name or title, the paragraph field, the drop-down menu, the radio button field, checkbox field, the number field, and phone field. And this is how you would break it down. A general info would be something of a name or an email address or a single text. Multiple choice would obviously be used by drop-down, checkbox, or radio button, and the paragraph would be used by paragraph. So let's look at some reporting. Our landing pages allow you to view various metrics of how they are handled with visits or conversions on the most basic level. But to go a step further, you can view the last time someone visited your landing page and view how many conversions you have for that page. Want to go one step further? You can then view who converted on your landing page, along with all the submissions of the questions you asked. If you have form fields mapped to fields within Sugar, you can view the updated information from the form submission inside multiple views: the Sugar record, the records profile within Inbox 25, as well as the timeline in Inbox 25 that can also be viewed within Sugar CRM. So let's go over some tips on why the landing page builder is a great tool to replicate surveys. Well, first of all, you can embed our landing pages on your site. That way, leads who go on your site that want to take the survey, it can be made to look about how you would like to use it, depending on your style sheet. Then, upon form submission, that lead will now be known to you if Site Monitor is installed on your website. You can also include a link to your landing page in an email that you can then create workflows that will further interact with landing page conversions, increasing efficiency of engaging with the lead, and also increasing your knowledge of the lead. Each landing page is given a custom URL that you can use anytime. You can create custom fields inside Sugar CRM that you could use to map specific questions from your landing page survey to Sugar CRM. Also, using the default text fields in Sugar to map basic info form fields within the landing page. You can view the reporting for the landing pages, metrics, visits versus conversions, who converted, when they converted, how many converted, and form submission data. You can also export form submissions to a CSV. If you'd like a survey to span multiple pages, create several landing pages with the call to action redirecting leads to a page with the link being a link to the next landing page, which would allow leads to continue filling out the survey with the last landing page having the call to action being either a confirmation message or initiating file download. There's two things with this that you should note. You will be able to tell if leads don't complete the whole survey if they only complete the call to action for, say, landing pages 1 and 2, but not 3. Whereas, if you made one long survey, if the lead doesn't complete the survey, you won't get a conversion, meaning you won't get any information from that lead. Additionally, you'll be able to set up different automated tracks for leads who don't complete the whole survey, as well as creating tracks for those who do complete the whole survey. So that concludes the demonstration. Let's switch on over to the Inbox 25 dashboard. So right from the dashboard, you might notice that there's some metrics you can get about your landing pages. Simply move over, and you can see some landing pages that are within the form builder and see metrics for today, this week, or a month view. So let's go move on over to the landing page builder. So before the demonstration, I created a survey that I titled the Rodney Dangerfield Survey. So let's take a look at it first. So when using the standalone URL, this is what leads will see. As you can see here, from this landing page, I was able to embed a YouTube video, as well as attach multiple images, and it pretty much looks like a survey that you would fill out anywhere else. So now let's look to editing the landing page. So We've had a whole new makeover to our landing page builder, and I'd like to name a few changes that have been made. So now when leads convert on your landing pages, you're able to send alerts to email addresses, as many as you'd like, separated by a comma. We also now give you the options of aligning form titles and forms, as well as the Submit button. Also, we've added some more form fields. Now, we have a GoToWebinar list registration field, as well as a hidden field. What the hidden field will do is it hides behind the landing page, and you give it a default value. So, when leads convert on your landing pages, a default value will be placed on the Sugar CRM field that you have that hidden field mapped to. Some other changes we made is the email address confirmation field is no longer required and is now an option. So if you would like that second validation, you may certainly do so. Also, in the phone field, we've now included a domestic option. So if you're building a landing page that is only going to be reaching domestic clients, you can now have that option for a 3-box phone field. Or, in the alternative, if you do have international clients that will be using the landing page, you can have the international 4-box phone field. So let's go through some of these forms to see how I replicated it. So which of Rodney Dangerfield's comedies have you seen? Check all that apply. As you can see, I put a few of Rodney Dangerfield's famous comedies up on here as options for leads to check. And if you notice, I created a custom text field within Sugar CRM that this form field will map specifically to that, so that I know the form submission for this lead. And as you can see here, which movie did you enjoy most is a drop-down, allowing the lead to only select one of the options. I use the checkbox so that they can select multiple if they've seen them. And I use the radio button for a multiple choice question. What is the reason for your selection? The why question is a single text field that all I did was make edits to the width of the field as well as made a limit. And here's the hidden field that I was referring to. So this hidden field is mapped to the lead source text field within Sugar CRM with the default value of website. Note, though, if you are mapping a hidden field to a drop-down field within Sugar, the default value must match the label field value within Sugar CRM. And then finally, if the lead has any other messages they'd like to say to Rodney if they ever met him, is a paragraph field that is mapped to another custom field that I've input. And then I made a custom button that I imported into Inbox 25, No Respect, one of Rodney Dangerfield's famous quotes. So I had some conversions on this landing page prior to the demonstration. Let's take a look at how that looks. So immediately from the landing page builder, you can see some metrics that you get. Visits, conversions, opportunities, if any are associated, opportunities won, and conversion rate. We have a really great conversion rate, and it's important to try to maintain a high conversion rate. You can also view visits versus conversions on a chart. So we've had 2 visits and 4 conversions, meaning 2 of the records clicked the convert button twice. Hence, they converted on the landing page twice. So let's take a look at James Verdi's conversion. So you go to Results and View. And this shows all the questions that were on that field as well as all the information he provided. But as you noticed, I had those mapped to fields within Sugar CRM. So how can I view them? Well, several ways. Let's do the first way in Inbox 25. So first, you go to the record profile within Inbox 25. And then you'll navigate to Profile. This is the Sugar CRM profile that also rests within Sugar CRM, but also is available within Inbox 25. And we'll scroll down. And lo and behold, my custom fields are right here, as well as all the form submissions that James Verdi provided. If I wanted to edit them, I could edit it right here. Great. Now, if you recall, I did have an alert functionality for the landing page. So how did that work out? Well, if I look at my inbox, here they are. James Verdi converted on Ronnie Dangerfield survey. Ryan Barron converted on Ronnie Dangerfield survey. So any and all conversions, an alert email is going to be sent to me. Now, let's also look at the conversion on Sugar CRM. So right now, I'm on James Verdi's contact profile. And once again, as you can see, all the custom text fields I created have all been filled out with his form submission. So now let's jump back to the dashboard. So what would you like to do with a form submission? Well, with our Automation Manager, there's a whole host of options you can do. So let's do one. So first, I'm going to select my list of Sugar CRM leads. Then I'm going to name this Converted on Survey. And we're going to make this a smart campaign. Really quickly, the three matching conditions are current condition, smart campaign, and progressive. What current condition means is the system only cares about the current condition block that a record is in. If the record meets the criteria, they will be moved through the workflow. Progressive is a little different. The system cares about the current condition block the record is in, as well as any other past condition blocks the record has gone through. The record must meet the criteria for the current condition block they're in, as well as all the past ones, in order to continue moving through the workflow. Then we have your smart campaign, where the system will always be checking that the criteria for the first condition block is being met. As soon as the criteria for that first condition block is not met, a record will be taken out of the workflow. So we'll go ahead and click Continue. And we're going to use the landing page condition. Converted on survey. And we'll click the survey. Successful conversion. Great. Let's add that condition. All right. Boom. We're all set. What do we want to do? Well, let's go ahead and add some actions. The wait connector is how long you would like the system to wait from when the criteria is met to when you'd like the action to execute. We're just going to make 1 minute to keep this a short workflow. So what would we like to do? Well, we have a few options. We could put them through a drip nurturing campaign utilizing the content stream, or we could do a simple linear workflow that will help us engage with the lead a little further. So first, let's assign the record. And we'll select a specific user, and we'll select Alex Borak. Great. And we'll add another action. Let's alert Alex. And let's do some more actions. Let's change his lead score. And we'll add 10 points to records who convert on my survey. Then let's add a tag. Add tag converted on survey. Perfect. Let's add one more action. And we'll make it a new task. And we'll fill in all the necessary metrics that will be reflected inside the activities module within Sugar. And we'll add the message of please schedule a call with this record. They have converted on our survey. Great. Let's add one final action. To make it more honed marketing, let's add them to a target list. And we'll add them to the new leads to nurture target list. New leads to nurture. Perfect. Now, let's go ahead and end the campaign. Now, to activate it, we'll simply go back to Automation Manager and click Play. So now, let's just rewind and reiterate what I'm going to be doing with this workflow. So, if someone from my leads converts on a landing page, I like to assign the record. Then I like to alert the agent. Then I like to increase the lead score for the record conversion. Next, I'd like to add a tag to them. Then I like to set up a task with my agent to give them a call. And finally, I'd like to add that record to a target list for more honed marketing. Let's do one more example to show you how much further you can engage with a lead. So once again, we'll select our leads, and we'll name this one Send Out Drip Campaign, and we'll make this another smart campaign. For this one, we'll use the condition of target list. And if you're following along with me, you might have an idea of what I'm going to be doing. So, if they are a member of New Leads to Nurture, what would I like to do? Well, this is the drip nurturing campaign I was referring to. Let's put them through a content stream. Great. So let's add some content just so you can see a little bit how the content stream will be designed. For more in-depth analysis on how to use the content stream, I highly recommend you viewing our webinar on Content Stream. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and add one more. Finish. And we'll go ahead and select the deliverable for once per week on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. We'll save the interval. Let's make the second touch some time-sensitive content. We'll start it today, and it will end 1 month from now. Oops, that shouldn't have happened. Let's try that again. 1 month from now. And it starts at 5 a.m. It'll end at 9 p.m. Great. So let's go ahead and add that action. And then we'll end the campaign. Perfect. We'll play that, and as you can see, we're already starting to get targets on our Converted On Survey landing page. So let's see what happened. So James Verdi is actually going through the workflow as we speak, and one action has already been executed, and that's assigned to Alex. If we were to wait a few more minutes, all the actions would be completed, and finally a task would be scheduled within Sugar, and James will be added to the target list. So that would conclude today's webinar. Let's see if we have any questions. It doesn't appear like we do, so let's go over one or two frequently asked questions. So one frequently asked question that we get is, can we play with the code on the landing page when we embed it on our site? And the answer is not as simple as a yes or a no. So we do give you the code that you can embed on your site and play with it in terms of the style of it. The only thing we do not advise you to play with is the coding that deals with the form fields and the mapping. Playing with that code will have unintended consequences and may result in incorrect mapping of fields within Sugar. So just to reiterate, your web developers can certainly play with the code and the styling of it, just not the code that has to do with the form fields. Another frequently asked question is, what if we have a record inside Sugar CRM as a contact, but the landing page is being mapped to, say, leads? What happens then? Great question. Well, although the landing page is being mapped to leads, your record is already in your system as Sugar CRM contact. So when they convert on the page, all the information will still be mapped to their record profile. However, when utilizing automation, you will have to select the appropriate module that that record is located in order to have the intended results you'd like. So I don't see any other questions we have for today. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for joining me on this webinar on Friday. I hope you all enjoy a lovely weekend. Look for our webinar on our YouTube channel as well as our knowledge base at the earliest this afternoon, at the very latest tomorrow in the weekend. Look for our webinars coming up next week. We have a whole host of webinars Monday, Wednesday, and Friday dealing with target lists. Once again, thank you very much for joining me on today's webinar. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And any follow-up questions, you have my contact info, alex.borak@inbox25.com. That's B as in boy, O-R-A-C-K. Once again, thank you very much, guys, and you have a lovely day.